Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to Storyline English Chapters. Today, I want to share a story with you that might just change the way you see your own life. What if I told you your life was never actually small, only your thinking was? And what if just one quiet question, asked at exactly the right moment, could be enough to change everything? Stay with me until the end, because this story is simple, but its message might stay with you long after it's over. In a quiet town, there lived a young man named Kiran. He wasn't rich. He wasn't famous. He wasn't, by any obvious measure, special. He worked in a small printing shop, opening it early each morning, sweeping the floor, arranging paper, printing bills, posters, and forms. Ink stained his hands. Dust settled permanently into his shirt. The shop itself was tiny. One table, one aging machine, one narrow window. Kiran sat by that window every single day. Through it, he watched a busy road, cars rushing past, people walking with purpose, some looking important, some looking sure of themselves. He'd watch quietly, and a soft voice inside him would whisper the same thing, over and over. This life isn't for you. He'd had dreams once. As a boy, he loved design, color, shape, the quiet satisfaction of making something look beautiful. But life had gotten hard. His father fell ill. Money grew tight. Responsibility piled up until his dreams simply went quiet. He told himself to be realistic, to play it safe, to stop dreaming too big. Every time a new idea sparked in his mind, fear arrived faster. What if I fail? What if people laugh? What if I lose everything I already have? So Kiran stayed quiet. He worked. He earned just enough to get by. He survived. But every night, once the shop closed, he felt strangely empty. Not angry, not broken, just small. One evening, Kiran finished work late. The street had gone calm, the sky a soft orange. He locked up and sat on the front steps, holding a poster in his hand, one he'd designed in secret, just for himself. It was simple, but genuinely good. For a moment he smiled, then the fear crept back in. This is pointless. Nobody will care. You're just a shop worker. He folded the poster, tucked it into his bag, and walked home in silence. The next morning, an old man named Mr. Naran came into the shop, as he often did, to print small notices. He rarely said much, but his eyes missed nothing. That day, he noticed the poster still sitting on Kiran's table, picked it up, and studied it carefully. "Did you make this?" he asked. Kiran felt a flicker of nerves. "Yes, just practicing," he said quietly. Mr. Naran looked at it a moment longer, then asked, "Why are you hiding it?" Kiran had no answer. Mr. Naran smiled gently. "You live in a small room, Kiran," he said, "but your window is big. Why do you keep looking down?" Kiran didn't understand at first. Mr. Naran went on. "Most people don't fail because life is hard. They fail because they think small." Then he asked one simple question. If nothing was holding you back, no fear, no limits, what would you actually do? Kiran said nothing. No one had ever asked him that before. That night, sleep wouldn't come. The question sat with him, quietly insistent. What would I do if I stopped thinking small? He looked around his room, small, just like the shop. But it had a window too, and through it he could see the stars. He sat up in bed, and for the first time in years let himself think freely, without fear or excuse. I want to design. I want to create. I want people to actually see my work. Something in his chest felt lighter than it had in a long time. The next morning, Kiran made a decision. Not a dramatic one, but a brave one. He didn't quit his job. He didn't take some reckless leap. He simply stayed 1 extra hour after work each day, practicing, designing, learning slowly. He started sharing his work online, using nothing more than a basic phone. At first, nothing happened. Then one person liked it. Then someone left a comment. Kiran smiled. Fear still visited him sometimes, but it was quieter now because his thinking had already shifted underneath it. Weeks passed. One day, a local shop owner stopped by. "I saw your design online," he said. "Could you make one for me?" Kiran's hands trembled slightly, but he said yes. He worked carefully, giving it everything he had. When it was finished, the shop owner studied it and smiled. "This is good," he said. Word began to spread, not quickly, not loudly, but steadily. Kiran still worked at the printing shop, but his work now carried real meaning. He walked differently. His eyes lifted forward instead of staying down. One evening, sitting by that same window, watching the same road, cars, people, noise, exactly as always, Kiran realized something had changed. Not the street, him. Mr. Naran came by again, glanced at him, and asked with a small smile, "Did you clean the window?" Kiran smiled back. "No," he said softly. "I cleaned my thinking." Life didn't transform in a single day, but Kiran changed first, and that changed everything else that followed. He learned something simple, but easy to forget. Your thoughts quietly build your future. Think small, and your life tends to stay small. Think a little bigger, and you grow, not quickly, not easily, but surely. This story was never really just about Kiran. It's about you too. So ask yourself honestly, today, am I thinking small because of fear, or am I brave enough to think a little bigger? When your thinking changes, your life changes with it. People rarely grow while they're still busy playing it safe inside their own small room. If this story touched something in you, please like this video, leave a comment telling me one thing you'll think bigger about starting today, and subscribe to Storyline English Chapters for more true stories that help you grow and improve your English while you listen. Thank you for watching, my friends. Until next time, clean your window and keep thinking bigger.